I think this is one piece which is a typical example of how Farooqui ji's work is an important contribution towards the art and aesthetic of writing. Now, if the audience or the onlooker was somebody who did not know Urdu or Hindi, and that person was to look at this piece, then perhaps what that person would notice is the way these almost abstract forms are carved. And that is how this form is very capable of moving towards abstraction. Also, as somebody who's familiar with Hindi and looking at this work, I would say the letters of Hindi carved here are tremendously decorative, are tremendously abstract, and it's not very easy to be read out. And surprisingly, this is the Gayatri Mantra. So this is a unique way of understanding how he did not stop himself from carving different languages, different scripts, and did not remain confined to Urdu script or Urdu language for that matter. So this begins from here, the Gayatri Mantra, it begins from here and then goes all around. So an easy way of identifying is the U ki matra. So here he has made Bada U and Chota U. So it's very easily recognizable, but only if you look minutely. And even if you don't understand the two languages, what you must appreciate or what one can easily appreciate is pure aesthetics. And I think that is what is most important in calligraphy as an art in itself, in a visual, calligraphy as a visual form. So it is not about what is written. Of course, this piece does give it a lot importance, but what is most important here is the aesthetics of writing and how each letter of Hindi has been decorated, modified to look beautiful, even to somebody who does not understand this language. So as I said, this work is a piece where he uses Sanskrit language and has carved the entire piece. And the Gayatri Mantra is what is written in the entire piece here. This mantra begins from here. You will see Badi U and Chote U ki matra, and it runs all around in a symmetrical pattern. In the center, of course, is Om, this motif which is also very highly ornamented. Here you will notice that Farooqui ji has carved an entire world map, and the tiny dots he has used to create borders. So the entire world map has been put here. Right on the both ends is our celestial bodies, probably sun. And look at the way the rays have been carved, very stark, very sharp. And this motif also runs around in a tinier manner all around this piece. So he has used two celestial bodies on both ends, the world map running all across, and of course Om right in the center with the mantra written all around, and the prominent lotus motif also running all around this central piece. So this is a typical example of how he has encompassed in a particular language, and he has tried to delve into aesthetics of many different languages and scripts. So on his every piece, he mentions at the bottom what the piece is all about or the text on the piece. So he has written the Sanskrit mantra, the Gayatri Mantra here in Sanskrit, in English, and also he has given the meaning of what this mantra says. So he has not just left it to the text, so he does not just mention the mantra here. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah Tatsavitur Vareniyam. So he does not just leave the mantra written here in Sanskrit. He also writes it in English, in Hindi, and also tries to give a meaning to it. So this explains what he has tried, or the mantra that he has carved on his piece. He does not just leave it to the audience, he explains his work here as well. So I think what this piece tells us is that when we are looking at the art of calligraphy, which is about beautifying writing, we must encompass our own inhibitions and restrictions of religion or knowing a language. We may or may not know the language that he carves in, but we all can appreciate the way he treats letters of any language, be it Hindi, Devanagari, Urdu. So I think this is definitely one thing that we can take from Farooqui ji's work, to encompass our cultural barriers and to really appreciate the art of writing as a visual aesthetic.